This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening and welcome to this first look at sports on a Monday. I am Julian Gibson. The Parents Association of Track and Field Athletes held their elections on Saturday. Our Charles Fisher tells us who won and what is their new mandate to improve track and field.
During the elections, the entire slate were all returned unopposed. This is a lot according to President Harrison Petty. In this term, focus will be on the grade point average for student athletes.
We would like for every single club in the B3As to keep track of the grade point average of every single athlete. You see, because what happens when kids reach the level of seeking scholarships, we find out then that they have a 1.5 or 1.3 GPA. That's not the time that we can fix it. We would like very much to be able to see athletes' academics from 9th grade and keep track of it so that if there's a problem, we can solve the problem early.
History was also made when Sherelle Starr was elected as the Grand Bahama representative.
I'm extremely happy about that because that means that everything that the association has been doing so far, they now have a representative that can bring those equal opportunities to Grand Bahama. We know that Grand Bahama has many talented athletes as well. We've seen it in the results at Carifta and some of our other world championships. And so now being able to be a part of the association and again bring those opportunities makes me extremely proud.
Petty stressing that the Parents Association of Track and Field is vital for the growth of the athletes.
We are an important body in the organization, but we work in conjunction with the Coaches Association because in order to qualify for an athletic scholarship, you've got to be a great athlete. And our coaches have been to produce great athletes. But in order to go to school now, you've got to be a great student. Okay, so we want our kids to focus on their academics as well.
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
It's the most noted basketball camp in the country with the most noted name brand faces on the planet. We are talking about the Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp. So why do many stars show up for the Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp?
Your word is everything, trust me. And once you say you're going to do something and you deliver, then the word get around, you know, and you have people calling you up, you know, they would call you and say, hey, well, I got a friend who want to come along. And that's how I get to meet so many guys, you know, just treating that one guy good. And he would just pass the word around. He would say, well, I'm going to the Bahamas for the summer. You know, my boy Jeff Rogers going to take care of me. And then everybody just wanted to come along. Chris Paul, you know, all these fellas, you know. So it's just been a wonderful experience for me, you know, to keep that relationship going strong. And again, when you say you're going to do something, you got to do it because they hold you to that. And I think because of that, I think that's what caused, you know, the camp to be going and having these guys to come down every year.
And for the first time, Cora Hebein is speaking about her election to the Bahamas Olympic Committee. I keep telling you guys, women are taking over.
I am excited to be here, and it is a level that one do not anticipate in the world of sports, you know, based on the history of the BOC. So I am excited to be here, and I am here to do as much as I can in the area of promoting women in sports, you know, because again, that is an initiative of the IOC to try and see how you can bring out more women to participate, and not only to participate, to hold leadership positions in the sporting arena.
The Providence Cycling Association with a tune-up race ahead of next month's Independence National Cycling Race. And when the grueling event was all done, the young legs once again reigning supreme. Charles Fisher was out there with his tricycle.
Fans lined the sides of the streets to witness the grueling 48-mile road race. More than 70 riders took to the streets on the western end of the island, and it would come down to a sprint to decide a winner. And once again, it was Jay Major proving his dominance of the local scene, edging Anthony Biggie Colebrook. Major did it in 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 12 seconds.
The strategy that went into it was the first the first half of the race was really hard to break up the field, and then we had a 3-man breakaway established, and it eventually became 2 between me and Anthony Colebrook, and that's where the strategy came in, because you don't want to use all your strength in one breakaway and it comes down to a sprint and you don't have anything.
Colebrook once again coming up short to Major in 2 hours, 9 minutes and 15 seconds.
The race was really tough, and from the starting it didn't really get easy at first, but after we had a 3-man breakaway and then become 2, So we just started to die out. The sprint in the end, at first it was really slow, but then I was shaking my elbow, so Jacob to come through, but luckily he didn't want to come through. So after you see the two other guys was coming, that's when he remembered to come through.
New Providence Cycling Association President Byron Turbo Musgrove impressed with the way the juniors have been handling themselves.
When you look at their competitiveness as young persons, you know, they're always competitive, and when they have their parents out watching and their brothers, I think that even drives them more, and so you find the competition is fever pitch now. It's very, very exciting.
Up next for the riders, the National Road Independence Championships, July 7th. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And for all you youngsters out there who have an interest in American football, there are a number of summer camps coming your way, starting with the Chris Canning Camp. By the way, Chris plays in the NFL, so that's a good camp to start out with. Here's football coach Lawrence Hebein.
They're looking for some 300 kids, so we're inviting all our kids in the community to come out. We're asking parents to bring them out. We'll be registering right at the event. So we're looking at 300 kids for that event. Also, the Devad Darling Camp, it's well on its way. That's on I think that's the 12th and 13th, if I'm not mistaken, right there at the Donald Davis Camp. So we would open up the camp season with the Chris Canty group, and then the following, just after the Independence holiday, we then have the Devad Darling Camp, their partnership with the Bahamas Flag Football League.
And from tennis, the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association, in conjunction with the Urban Renewal Program, took tennis to the inner city on Saturday. And because it was so successful, guys, you're ordered to go right back.
When you call diamonds in the rough, we have real diamonds in the rough here, and we just need to create more opportunities for them to get exposure, and we've got real tennis talent here. And so, you know, our job in the BLTA is to give them the opportunity, expose them, and give them the chance to compete at a much higher level. But the talent level here is just unbelievable.
I'm so proud of these kids. I'm so proud of the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association. I'm proud of the Centerville Urban Renewal. You know, just for this opportunity, man, just to bring Wimbledon to the hood. In the words of a friend of mine, our Sergeant Frankie Edmonds, he always says, Chelly Moss, you got to plant the seed for his plant the seed. And I think we did a tremendous thing in planting the seed of tennis to the inner city kids, you know, around here. And I think in the future we can expect some great things to happen out of tennis.
It's really the beginning of great things to come. The kids in the community are so excited about tennis. You know, really for me, this is the first time I could remember that we actually had tennis over the hill. And you know, once we could find good wholesome program for these kids, you know, it would reduce the rate of crime, because you know, when these children don't have anything to do, they're around the place, they're idle, and you know, when you're idle, you get into mischief. And then as they grow, their mischief grow. But if we can find positive things for them to do, and it will grow with them. And so this is an excellent initiative.
Well, that's all the time for sports on a Monday. Once again, I'm Julian Gibson. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues in a moment.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.